Hello, Dr. Mom, live from Fort Pierce, Florida with Suki, traveling in Florida. We're about in the middle of the East Coast side of Florida. I have to show you this too. I think it's so funny. I was going to show you before. It's a stress goat. Anyway, that's silly. So I thought I would check in. I hope everyone's doing good. I was supposed to start doing check-ins on Wednesday, but Wednesday went really fast. I can't believe that it's already February either. So it's going pretty fast. Even though I didn't have a for sure plan until I got here. I'm going to turn this just a little bit up. Especially with like working out and all those kinds of things. So I thought I'd better check in and let you know how we're doing. We're doing good. We're doing good. He's mowing lawn over here. Now it's green and actually getting rather warm here now. It's almost 80 today. So Suki and I are going, wow, you went from like 20 degrees to 80 and sometimes 85% humidity. Nothing like being an extremist. That's all I got to say. So I thought I better check in and see how everyone's doing. Let you know how we're doing. We're doing really well. It's been very adventurous. We've had quite some adventures so far. There's just a lot of things about Florida that I didn't really understand. I didn't realize why, for whatever reason, they had such a huge space program here. And you know, the Cocoa Beach was where I Dream a Genie? Yeah. I Dream a Genie came from, right? Because I think, was it Darren? Or was that was Bewitched? I think it was I Dream a Genie. Anyway, I don't remember his name now, but I think he was in the space program. I don't remember now I got to go back and look at it. Because it's pretty amazing how much space activity is in this area. Where I was just at Cocoa, Florida. There's Cocoa, Florida, Cocoa Beach, where I just was at playing pickleball, having the time of my life. I think I was driving them crazy though, because I didn't want to stop playing. But we were going to watch a rocket launch, but we didn't get to see that. They launch them at different times, and sometimes things come up and then they don't launch it, and so we were supposed to watch it the next day and we forgot, and then we missed it. And I guess it was spectacular. So I think you can see it from sort of all over the coast. It's pretty cool. Very cool indeed. So it's about 75 degrees in here. I do have one window open. I didn't open the other one because I thought it would be too loud. I'm in an area, Harvest Host area, where it's just a great big lot and there's a lot of side traffic. Last night where we stayed was at the American Space Museum, and we stayed actually in the parking lot. When I say we, there was another camper. I'm also learning about different rigs and why people choose differently than what I did, because 24 foot I chose because I really wanted the space for my dog and cat at the time. I lost my cat along the way, which is still very sad, but it's been, I really love it. Eventually I will probably get something a little bigger, but it drives super great now. I'm getting to know it pretty well, how everything works. the last couple nights, and probably actually the next 3, I won't have power to plug in. So I'll have to run my generator. I just kind of learned to do without as much power and things. So, we're just going to have to get used to the warm air. It's, 80's not bad, and it cools off at night at 70s or so. I mean, that's really not bad. We're just not used to it. Like, we're coming from where it's 20, 30, 40 degrees at night, and it kind of was here for a while. So it's just like boom, boom, boom. So now we're going to have to get used to it with no air at 70, 80 degrees. I can turn on the generator and can get air conditioning if it gets too hot, or like if just miserable and you can't sleep. 80 degrees at night would be too hot for me to sleep, so I might have to crank it on then. But I believe it runs off of fuel from my fuel tank, but I gotta look into it because it might be off of propane too. I'm not sure. I ran it just a little bit to charge batteries over over the last little while, which this rig has backup batteries. It has solar and then other batteries. So so far it's been pretty well. It's ran really well. Oh, I forgot to turn this on. Anyway, so all is going well. So I thought I would start today with RV life. What's that been like? So what do I think of Florida? It's beautiful. It's one thing that's, there goes my, I don't know, for some reason that keeps going out. I don't know why. But that's okay. We'll just go with what I have. Oh, there it went back on again. Okay. The thing about Florida that I really like is the people are all really good here. Very good, nice people. Everyone I've met. The RVers I've ran into. The people hosting RVers. I don't know, everybody. So for a couple days, if you noticed my post at all, I was playing pickleball, and it was with a lady that Nick, my son Nick, when we played pickleball in Minnesota, I got to know her. She's really good at pickleball, super good. She kicks my butt constantly. But a big group played, and I was asking everybody, what do you think of, because I'm trying to decide where I want to end up, right? What do you think of Florida? What do you think of Arizona? What do you think of Texas? Everybody kind of was split between Arizona and Florida. So she was in Florida. So she's in Cocoa, Florida. And she told me at the time she was. So I said, I'm going to head down there. So I got her address. She's also stayed in touch with Nick, because she lives where he lives full time. He lives there full time. They live there. I think they leave usually in September and then go back in about April. But they live in this house that they actually bought in a gated community, and they actually own the property and everything. So they have 3 houses. One there in Florida, Cocoa, one in Minnesota in Alex, and then one up, it's just into Canada, it's called Lake of the Woods. So they own 3 different ones. But they're down here right now, so they let me park in their driveway for 3 days, and then I got to play pickleball for 2 of those days, and it was awesome. If you guys haven't played, you have to get on board, because it's pretty, I think it's addicting, but I have that kind of personality. Nick and I both got addicted to it. Carol loves it too, but I think I probably went a little overboard. Which is hard to imagine with me, but it was a lot of fun. So by noon, I think I had something like 13,000 steps in already from playing. It's a great bunch of people who are playing. Carol and Jim are good people. Good people, the best. I got to know them more. They shared, we shared dinner together and got to play cards and things like that. And they're neighbors across the street. They have a really fun community where everybody really gets to know each other. They have the pickleball courts right inside the community. And so that's where they all come and play. Or I think Jim went fishing with some buddies from there. Some of them go golfing. It's a pretty fun community. I think Carol said there was over 300 houses in that one. So Suki and you feel completely safe because it's guarded by security. I don't think you're supposed to have an RV for more than a day, 24 hours plugged in. So I stayed a little longer than I was supposed to, but we got away with it. And then I figured I better take off yesterday. And I had that appointment with the Space Museum today, which was pretty phenomenal. So good people. One thing that I just thought was pretty phenomenal is just the women. So Carol, for one, she's just a dynamic woman. It's fun to be around people like that. I think she's a master gardener. She's an accomplished musician. She's taught, oh goodness, I think she ran the racquetball club and taught tennis for many years, and teaches pretty much pickleball to whoever wants to learn. I think she was trying to help me, but I'm too stubborn to listen. I don't know why. She said, do you mind if I teach you something? And I'm like, you can tell me, but I don't think it's that I'm trying to be mean or anything. It's that I'm a very concrete learner, and so you can tell me something, right, about how I'm playing, but all it'll do is make me really nervous. I have to just play, and like over time I can learn to implement it, but it gives me anxiety when people do that. Like when I feel like when they do that, they're thinking I need help or something. I mean, I'm just learning. So give me time to get good at it, and then I'll kick your butt. Anyway, but Carol's phenomenal. Good people. Good people. And then her neighbor across the way had us over for dinner, Kathleen and her husband, and she was phenomenal seamstress. I mean, there's so many more things to them than just these things I'm talking about, but I just found it pretty amazing how talented they are. Carol's yard is beautiful. I took some pictures of it, and she's a master gardener. Gosh, what else? I just saw all kinds of pretty cool. It's good. It's just so awesome to be around these women. But Kathleen showed us so she does quilting, but she also does embroidering. This towel is one of the things, she gave me one of the things she does. And this is just a very small portion of what she did. I should have taken a picture of, I'm going to call them tapestry. I'm not going to even use that towel, it's just for display. But she had these phenomenal tapestries that she had embroidered. So you walk in her craft room, and it's probably 15 feet by 10 or something. I don't know, it's a pretty good size. She had these machines, embroidering machines in there that were $16,000, where you program the program in to the computer, and then it has little where you put the material, you program it in, and then it does the stitch work. It was phenomenal, some of the stuff that she'd done. And then she sews it together. It's just, her whole room was just cool. She must have had 3 of those machines and 2 regular phone machines. It was really, really cool. That's all I can say. And I think she, if I can remember right, she was a post woman for years and years, where she delivered posts, mail to everyone. It's just, I'm so proud of them. Or I'm so proud to be in the company of women like that. It's pretty phenomenal. And that's just a couple that I've met. Everybody I'm meeting has been pretty phenomenal. Pretty phenomenal. So the people that I'm meeting and the host people are just, it's really, what a blessing is what I have to say. What a blessing. It's changing me as an individual. I think because people are just good. Like, they're good everywhere. A lot of times you just think, well, I don't know, people are bad, but they're not. They're good everywhere. And they mean well, and everybody, I don't know, they're just so nice, and they want to help others, and it's just pretty cool. It's very cool. So, okay, what's happening today weather-wise? Today's 79 degrees out with 85% humidity, and the wind is about 15 miles an hour. So I drove down here from Cocoa, Florida. I'm at Fort Pierce now, and I'm going to be here for around this area for the next week. Today I'm just staying, like I said, I'm sort of getting used to doing the boondocking. It's a really nice lot that's through the Harvest Host, and so I'll stay here for one night, and then tomorrow night I've already booked a place called Summer Crush, and it's a winery and distillery, and a winery. It's got I guess it's got a really cool restaurant and wine tasting and all that, but it also has an outdoor theater where they have bands come in, and tomorrow is Motown, and then Saturday is Elton John cover bands. So I'm pretty excited. That'll be fun. And then Sunday, I'm going to another host location, and then for 2 days, I think Monday I've got somewhere around this area. I've tried to stay in, so I'm trying not to drive too much because it is kind of expensive. I noticed as I got down this way, it went up by about 45 cents, $3.45 for gas. I got it at $3.05. I have a gas app that works pretty nice, and I got it for about $3.05 up in Cocoa, but now it's getting more expensive. So I'm trying not to drive too much if I can get, so I'm going to be going to Vero Beach, to a location. I've got 2 nights there. And, I'm trying to get something lined up so I can stay a little longer, and then 2 nights is sort of pretty close. That's one thing I haven't done yet, is saw the beach. I haven't been on the beach. I've been on close to where some rivers are, which are really pretty, but I haven't quite made it to the beach yet. I'm on my way. Wow, the Space Museum was cool. I talked a little bit about how much I didn't understand about how the space program, and there's like the Kennedy Center and things, you go across bridges over to these islands. The whole space program in Cocoa Beach is huge in that area. So that was really fun. The Space Museum was cool. Like, it had a lot of cool stuff. I got some fun pictures that I'm gonna post because they're pretty cool, pretty fun. Just the stories behind it. They had one entire room devoted to women astronauts. I really liked that. Just the gentleman that took us on the tour actually worked for NASA. He's one of them that was in the room that got the astronauts ready to board the spaceship. And so we got to watch a video of that, and he took us around all over. Hey, Brooklyn, I miss you. I miss you. How are you doing, Missy? Good, I hope. I wish you were here with me. It's pretty fun in Florida. It's a little humid. 70 today. No, 79 today. I'm getting a tan. Look, I'm getting a tan going. I played pickleball, so you can see Suki, she's hot already. Because we're not used to it being 79 degrees, but we're getting used to it. So anyway, I love you. Oh yeah, I had I did. This is a tan. I had sunscreen on. I got 50 proof and 100 proof. So it's not burnt. It's not burnt. I promise. I was careful. I did see, so at the one place where we were staying, they had an alligator in the pond. So they're like, don't take your dog over there. They won't bother humans, but they'll eat dogs. So we stayed away from that area. Even Suki's size. I guess they eat them. I don't know. Okay, anyway, let's see. What else was oh, the space program, it was very cool. So I am going to post some pictures about the first spaceship that went up and some of the history behind that. They also give you a little recipe on how to make a rocket launch in a bottle. So I'm going to send that to Archer. To Archer and the boys, or maybe you girls want to do it. I don't know. Okay, so the roads here are wonderful to drive on. I find them very wide, very well taken care of. The wind is the only thing that gave me a little bit of trouble, but other than that, it's super good. I'm gonna try and start writing some articles, and Carol that I was staying with gave me this article, and it's super good. Super good. So I'm gonna based off of it, I'm gonna try and get an article. It says, "I am woman, hear me roar." It is Nanette Headage, and it's a really good article. Kind of, sort of a lot what I'm going through. Many women are in their peak after their 50s. They're saying 60 is the new 30. So I'm going to write an article based off of that. But what else is happening? Let's see, bodybuilding. So I am down 5 pounds since I left Kentucky. I've been doing much better. Going to the gym. I have made it to the gym all week again. I made it all last week. I'm going to Planet Fitness, Brooklyn. They don't have as many Ys here. So I really like Planet Fitness. I really like the massage beds that you can, man, is that nice. But I've been going there. What I'm finding though is Planet Fitnesses are not the same everywhere. So some are much bigger than others. So at the one I've worked out the last couple days, they don't have as much equipment. So I had to improvise quite a bit. But I really like them. The one here in Fort Pierce is pretty close. It's only about 7 miles away, so I'll go there tomorrow and Saturday. And then I'll have my 6 days in this week. I've been listening to this really good book, audio book. It's called Atomic Habits, and it's really good. He's a super good author. It's this guy that when he was in high school, he was really going to be a pro baseball player. And one day at one of the games, he got hit in the face with a baseball bat, and it crushed his face, basically. He got brain damage and things and came back from it, but he had to have different habits to make himself be good, come back to baseball and all those things. So he ends up writing this book, and it's really good. Talks about how habits are formed as kids, right, or whatever. And so he talks about this one gentleman that said, and I can't remember his name, but he bases a theory off of anyone can be brilliant, basically. It's how you train him. And so he goes and trains his 3 daughters how to play chess since tiny. They're real tiny. And each one of them, the first one, they started playing at pro levels. The second one was even better. The third one was like phenomenal. And even at the age of 12 was beating adults and everything in chess. And they went on to become phenomenal chess players, but and in other aspects. But anyway, just talks about the habits and how even going to the gym, things like that. So I'll share that more of what he says about it, but it's really good. It's really kind of, and I'm very good at, and it's all about dopamine too, which I like the study of dopamine anyway, on how we actually get a dopamine release just from setting the goal. But by doing the goal, and he wants you to start small and start with small goals. But it's just a really, really good book. Super good book. And I do good at going to the gym, but I've got to get the rest of my weight off, and so that part for me is difficult. And those are also, when you have addictions to like food and things like that, to anything, it's because you're rewarding yourself some way with your dopamine senses. So I'm just working on it anyway. I'm getting all my water in, super good, 150 ounces. I'm doing really well at that. I'm eating my vitamins well, and my food's been consistent. I've been making egg bites, and having like I picked up some chicken and just having that on a salad in the afternoon. And it's just easier to not have to cook a bunch and then do a bunch of cleaning. I ran into, at the Space Museum, so this is Harvest Host, we were able to camp, or we parked on their parking lot last night, and then this morning went on the tour, and it was only $10 for the tour. So, oh, okay, sorry, I lost you for a minute. So it was free to go there, but then it was $10 to get in the museum, which was definitely worth it. And I met another couple that was boondocking on the same parking lot, which makes you feel more comfortable, like you feel more safe having someone right there. But they were in a van, and so I had to look at their van, and they looked at mine. They were so nice. They were from Ohio, a couple. And they're, in fact, in Fort Pierce tonight, and I think they're going to that vineyard tonight instead of tomorrow, and then they're going to stay. I was hoping to run into them again, but we'll see. We're going to stay in touch, and then they're heading over to the West Coast in about a week. So it was really fun to meet up with someone else doing what I'm doing. They're not 100% in their RV. They still have a home and things, but they're trying. They did just retire, and so they're on the road as well. Let's see. Okay. I think, so one thing about doing what you should be, like, moving forward, that's my next thing, moving forward. So it's not always easy. Change is not easy. It's difficult. It can be very difficult. But if you do jump out, and I mean, it's not always about doing as much as I've done, but what I'm trying to say is I said I was going to do it, so I did it. But part of me was trying to when I was, you know, staying with my daughter and my grandkids, I wanted to stay there. It would have been easy to stay there, but I had already planned out this other piece to see where I want to be, right? So, you know, I was a little anxious in doing it, but now it's coming around, and I really am loving what I'm doing and meeting everyone, and it's just been really cool. But where I was coming to with that is because you do something, you know, I'm trying to figure out where I want to be, where do I want to stay, what do I want to do. And I have realized by coming here that I do want to settle in Arizona for the majority of the winter. Not to say that Florida isn't really cool. And I haven't even got to the Keys yet, or the beach area, and it's beautiful here, and the people here are awesome. But I really don't like the humidity. I know that for sure now. But it is beautiful. I mean, I'll be back. Like, I meet so many good friends, but there's a place, Lake Havasu has, I really want to play pickleball. And they have this really well-developed pickleball community. So I think that's, so far at this point, I have decided September I'm moving to Havasu. I've got to start looking for somewhere for 6 or 7 months. September through about April or May, probably April. It'll probably be too hot. And then I'm gonna be able to travel in the summer and see, you know, Kentucky and Minnesota and Idaho. So I do know now that I don't really like living around gators either, and a bunch of mosquitoes, and I like Arizona, and I have a lot of friends there and stuff, but I will come here again. It's beautiful, and I haven't even seen it all yet. I should be, well, for sure I will be in the Keys the end of the month, but I should be close to the beach sometime soon. It's just, you have to almost drive there as a destination. Like, it doesn't, I'm pretty close to it. I'm probably only 10 miles or so away from it, but you don't really see it. You see water, but you don't see the beach as much. So I do need to go over and spend some time on the beach. So let's see. I think that's all I have today. I think that's it. I can't think of anything else that I have to say or tell you guys about, or I will post the pictures on the Space Museum and how cool it was to be able to see rockets launch, you know, from where we were. We didn't get to see it, but we could have. You know, they launch them about every week, if not sometimes more often. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. So I think that's all I have today is, yeah, that's it. Stay cool. And I will do a video next Wednesday. That's what I'm trying to do, is on Wednesdays, and I missed it this week. Tomorrow's gonna be Friday already. It's going by pretty fast. I mean, I know right now with this Harvest Host that I joined, I've got all of February booked out, which is good, because when you're living on the road, it can be expensive. It can be $50 a night. I was gonna stay at a KOA close to Miami, and it's $100 a night. The ones we're staying at in the Keys are about $185 a night, but we were lucky to get it early because now there's nothing. So if you're coming this way, I would plan about 6 months out. That's what I've learned, so that you can stay in all the parks and stuff for good prices, but unless you book it ahead, you're not gonna probably. I was lucky enough to get in here when I did and get things booked, so I've got to go in and figure out March now, because I'm going to go up the West Coast in March. But I've got some of it booked out, but not all of it yet. So that's all I have for today. Thanks, Brooklyn, for tuning in. I miss you. Love you. Tell Keenan hi for me. Hopefully all's going well. And everybody else, tell him I said hi. Love you. Have a super good week and blessings. Bye.